Happy Tuesday! It's been a good start to the morning, hasn't it? Scan and cut, and then our lovely Amanda and David with Minecraft Studio. I hope you enjoyed that last hour. This hour, we've got some deals for you. We've got new trimmer. I know that launched on Saturday. Amanda's going to demonstrate that for you. We've got a brand new deal on the Pro Cut, and we've got a cracking deal on Eastern Elements. If you missed out on that before, now's the perfect time to get that. So I'm going to do the housekeeping first of all. Then I'll introduce you or reintroduce you to Eastern Elements, and then we'll go to Amanda for a demo on that trimmer, because I know there were loads of you bought it over the weekend, and that tells me that it's a really good product and you need to see it. So you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop on either Facebook or Instagram with us, all you need to do is type shop and then the code I'm going to give you, which relates to the product that we're showing you at that time. So for example, shop bundle for your Eastern Elements. All you need to do is type that in the comments underneath the video, and that will pop it into a virtual basket for you. Then we'll send you a message that will land in your social media inbox, and in that message you'll find a link. When you're ready to check out, and as I say every day, the sooner you check out, the sooner we can pick and pack and ship that order for you. You need to just click on that. That will take you to checkout. Now then, you need to log in. That's really important, because logging in means that you get your benefits of being a Club Highlight member, which are extra discount, loyalty points, and on a basket spend over £35, free shipping, which is brilliant. If you want to shop with us on our website, if you find that more familiar, more comfortable, you can literally watch us on your laptop, TV, wherever, and then add to basket, okay? And then you'll add all those items that you wish to purchase. You'll see those appear in a little red shopping bag at the top, and when you're ready to check out, click on that bag and that will take you through that checkout and login process. Also, you can shop ahead. So if you've got your basket to less than £35 and you want free shipping, you can go onto our Highlight Crafts page on the main website page, and on there is a banner that says shop today's deals, and you can shop all the deals for all the shows ahead of time. So if you are going out and you don't want to miss out on anything, then that's the way to do it. It's perfect, right? It's great, isn't it? You don't need to go off to find somewhere else to shop, to put it in your basket, to check it out. It's all done like that. Super, super, super easy. Graham, no picture or sound, Graham's saying. It's working our end. Yeah. It might be something your end. Yeah, I can't tell him that because there's no sound.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have got a post. Oh, hang on. Let me write it down and then I can show Graham. Hang on.
He's got no picture.
Oh, he's got no picture.
Oh, yeah, he's got no picture.
Oh, today is going to be a fabulous day. Anyway, welcome to you all. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to talk you through this Eastern Elements collection, which is absolutely divine. So we'll start with the dies and the Minecraft Studio, and then we'll come on to the SVG files for you. So shop bundle is going to get you this little lot today. As dies, all the artwork is still available for you to download from highlightcrafts.com for free for the original colourways. You've got a £44.95 saving, I know. And today the collection is going to cost you $49.99. Now you take your club discount off that, include your loyalty points, you're absolutely saving more than you're spending. So first of all, we've got this wonderful magnolia frame. Now you can have it that way, you can use it that way, you can use it that way. It's entirely up to you, but it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. So you're getting this lovely die with the matte layer, the fundamental, so you could have that coming through the front of your card if you wanted to use this as an aperture. Then you've got all your little elements, and you've also got your hanging flowers. That's going to be absolutely stunning, like you know, like you used to have those beaded curtains, like those, but flowers. How pretty is that going to be? So that is your magnolia frame. Then we go on to these two, and I love these kind of dies because they give you the beginning of your story. So this is a piece of artwork that you can print off, and then all of these elements, everything that you can see here, come as a separate die set like that. So you can then build up as little or as much detail and depth to your projects as you would like. So that one is your printable, and this one is your Cherry Blossom Heights. It's lovely. I love it when we do things like this because you get that scene. And if I just show you on some of these, look at these back here. Without that scene, if that was just plain card, even if it was a pretty colour, it wouldn't work the same. This one, different background that you can print off. It really does set that scene, and it's the beginning of your story. And I think when you're telling a story, when you craft with a story behind it, it's so much easier because you've got that story and you're making it up as you go along. So you can see from those stunning samples from our design team, they've done a cracking job, haven't they? Aren't they beautiful? Right, so next you're going to get Blossoming Love. That's lovely, isn't it? That'd be nice for an engagement, for Valentine's Day. Really, really pretty. And you also get the outside die as well. Then you're going to get your geishas. So you get Tranquility, and she is very tranquil, isn't she? Very calm. And I love the size of these dies as well because they're not too small, but they're not too big. They work perfectly with the background scenes. And then you're also going to get Peace. Isn't that gorgeous? I love these. I think they're super. So all of that, those are your dies. If you just want that by itself, and I don't think you will because it's $76.95. The whole collection with Minecraft Studio is $49.99. So there's no point just buying it individually, is it? Because you're saving money and getting more. So let's have a look at what we get in our Minecraft Studio. So you've got your gorgeous digital stamps here. Fabulous, aren't they? I love colouring digital stamps because I can print them on the medium that I want, in the size that I want, when I want it. I can flip them if I want to. Don't need to mess about. And then you've got all of these. I mean, that just by itself is beautiful, isn't it? And these are really good to practice your colouring because they've got those folds in the fabric. So that'll give you a really good insight into how to do those. Then you've got all your reflections artwork on here for the dies. And then we go into your Minecraft Studio where we've broken all these elements down. And I just think it's a great way. So if you wanted water under the mountain, you could have that. If you wanted the rocks at the side, you could have that. But you create now your own elements. Then you've got, oh, missed a sheet there. Then you've got all of these as well. So your florals as a corner, as a border, individually, and then with that lovely hanging element in there. And then you've also got your ladies with or without the flowers. Then you come on to your background scenes. So you've got different ones. We always do these in A4 and A5, landscape and portrait for you. So no matter what you're doing, we'll have a scene that will work. You've got more of them in here. This is quite dramatic, isn't it? I love that one. Turn that round, look. Isn't that fabulous? Look at the movement that we've got in that water. Quite remarkable, isn't it? And then also, we give you the textures as well. So we colour pick. So you get just the right red or just the right blue or just the right teal. So it works really well. So for that and all your dies, it's shop bundle and it's $49.99. Now, if you want just the artwork by itself, so everything I've just shown you, that's shop artwork, $9.99. But if you're a scan and cut user and you want the SVG files, you can still use all the art. All the artwork will be included in this, but all your background scenes, etc., you can still use with this. But what's great about SVG files is that you can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, you can draw them, foil them, emboss them, paper pierce them, do all those crazy things that we do with our scan and cut. Absolutely fabulous. So we give you all the detail lines. So what would be the detail lines on the die? We give you those as cutting files, but they're more for adding foil to your reflections, drawing, embossing, all those different kind of things. Then you've got your Cherry Blossom Heights, which gives you all those elements that you can break down. Remember, all these are scalable. We also give you everything in reverse and all the artwork to go with it. Any other colourways that came with it, you'll get as well, and you'll get decoupage layers. So you don't need to cut a few sheets out and snip into them. Literally, the decoupage layers will be there within those SVG files for you. So if you want the SVGs by themselves, shop SVG, and it's $14.99. That's cracking, because you can resize them all. It's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Graham says, thanks, got sound and picture. Brilliant. Thanks, Graham. Hello again, says Tricia. We've got Barbara B watching us as well. Shelley. Graham tried to refresh, says Sheila. Nice, I love that. Just a refresh, innit? Either undo or refresh or switch it off and switch it back on again. Everyone's with us this morning, which is lovely. Thank you very much. Good morning, Melon Crew. Thank you, Christine. Good morning. Right, we've got a female group today. We've got Becky on cameras. There she is. We've got Amber. Come on, in you come. There she is. And we've got Amanda ready to demonstrate the brand new trimmer for you, which is very exciting.
Morning.
So we're going to go over to Amanda. I'm going to give you the code now so that you know what it is. And then Amanda's going to go do a detailed demo, and then I'll come back down the counter and show you the Pro Cut. Shop trim, $39.99. You've got a £10 saving on this trimmer. Right, Amanda, over to you. I'm going to have a bit of my cup of tea, if that's all right.
You have your cup of tea.
Thank you.
I've just had a bit of my coffee because
Nice.
I've run out of voice from the other one. So, when is it, when we're crafting, one of the most valuable things other than time? Okay, what is it that is valuable to us as crafters? For me, it's space. Okay, where am I going to put it all? How I'm going to keep it all? Where's it? You know what I mean? It's the space. And when we're working, we end up we have every intention of having clear space, don't we? And then we always, and I know you do, we end up working in a 6-inch square on his desk because we have got a scoreboard out. You know, we've got everything all over. Not anymore. So we've actually launched, it's been out a few days now. This is the one that's been on my desk that I've been working with across the board with everything, and I love it because I've managed to put all those other things away and I've got space, which is amazing. And also it saves me time because I'm not going, where's the scoreboard? It's here. It's already here. I ain't got to go looking for it. So here we have our fabulous new N Caboodle trimmer, and it's 5-in-1, which is amazing. Now, when you're looking at it on top, it's really robust. It's rigid, okay? It's got rubber feet. Let me show you underneath, but there's rubber feet on both sides, okay, on top and bottom, because to use it, one side is going to be your trimmer, your actual guillotine, and then you're going to flip it over, therein being the space-saving element for us all, okay? So first of all, for the trimmer side of things, it's robust. That's not going anywhere or moving. So I can listen to that all day. You know when you've got a really good pair of scissors and you do that on a piece of cardstock and you love the noise because you know you're getting a clean cut. So that's what we've got here, okay? We've got our lovely arm, guillotine arm. It's got a really quite a substantial handle for you to hold. And also, I love the fact that on the guard, I know it's see-through, but you can't actually get your fingers up to there because the guard comes up and goes back down. You can't get your fingers near the guillotine. Everything is actually embossed in it, and it tells you where to press. And then you've got the lift-up areas where you can slide your card underneath really easy. So I'm going to get a piece of card to show you. All your measurements are on here as well. Inches and centimetres at both ends. And you've got this really deep well. Okay, what you've got something to put your card up to. Yeah, brilliant. So I'm going to use my guillotine, lift it up. First of all, you're listening, hold it in, and then I press. So I've got it buttered up straight, press down here, so I'm holding it. And then I'm just going to take a slither off because I just need that little tiny bit because I've not quite... That's precise. That's a precision cut. So it's steel on seal and it's just amazing. Now you do need your angles because sometimes you want to cut at an angle and you just want that little bit off. Maybe you're doing a particular shaped card, but now you can rotate that round on the angle like this, okay? And be precise. But if you're doing it, you can do it at the same angle all the time. These little squares are about 5mm, okay? You've got 1/2 centimetre. Now, we've done his guillotining. It's amazing. We love it. Now we want to do a bit of scoring. So are we going to get out the next machine? No, absolutely not. We're going to flip it over. Ta-da! And here is now my scoreboard. Now, I need to ask our lovely Mel. Could you come over here, Mel, a minute? Now, I've done something with this card that I don't believe without this machine that you can do. So I've made an invitation, pretend.
Right.
Yeah. And you're going to tear it and open it.
Pull it back.
Come on, keep going.
It's coming from this end.
But without this machine, you can't do this as an opening. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's not a die. It's actually my machine.
Perforated.
It's perforated it.
There you go.
Isn't that cool? So now, if you want to do little gift tags or openings like this, it could be, that could be an envelope. You know, if you don't like doing the licking and the sticking, seal it like that and then pull it open like that, which is a posh way of doing it, isn't it? Now, to achieve that, it's on here. So if you come close, Becky, on this one, while the little flip switch is pushed this way, because that moves, okay, that way and that way, you've got the little dash line. So currently, that has dropped down the perforation in the base of this, okay? If I go to the middle, it won't do anything. It's not going to cut or do anything. If I go to the other side, I've got a wibbly wobbly wavy line, okay? So therein, I can now do lots of different things. If I want to do the tear away, like I've just done like that, I'm going to pop my card underneath, slide it underneath like we did, butt it up to here. Now to use the perforation, etc., you've got your little grips. You're actually going to press down, okay? You need to apply pressure and come towards you, and you can hear it. You can hear the perforation. It's there, look. Can you see? It's perfect. Isn't that amazing? So there's your perforation. So if you then do want to do either a score outline or a box fold, but look, and I'm using 250 GSM cardstock and it's working with this one. So I'm going to go back up to the top. I'm going to flip the little switch and I'm going to go to my wibbly wobbly line. Now the wibbly wobbly line is if you want to do like a little bit of a, is it classified a deckled edge? Yeah. So again, when you've used it, flip it over so it locks, add pressure and come down. And I've got a wibbly wobbly line. Look at that. Isn't that cool? But then I've got a score as well. So all of this is in one place. Now, when you go, right, okay, I need my scoreboard. I need to find my bone folder. Yeah? No, it's here. It's got its own little slot. So we've got a bone folder in here as well. So you haven't got to go looking for it. So we've got the scoreboard, lovely deep score pieces. So when you're scoring, it's not going to go jump and move across, which I have got scoreboards that do that. Okay, so line it up, find where you're wanting to score, and on here, this is your scoring knife. You've got the little tiny edge here, you've got your actual blade, and then it's use it as a bone folder for actually reinforcing your score. All of this is 1/4 inches, so you've got 3/4, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch on here, so that's what the score is, and it's a lovely deep, look, really nice deep gully for it, and the same on the other end, nice deep edge. So you find where you're scoring. Isn't that just lovely? I love the sound of that. Look at that. And look at the rounded edge it gives you on the other side. That's perfect. We haven't frayed his card or damaged it. You know, like, okay, let me show you. So I'm just going to go like this. Okay. I've damaged my card. Yeah, I've cracked it and damaged it. Not when you're using a scoreboard. You're not going to get that, which is fabulous. Then, not only have we got that, we can round as corners as well. So here we have our corner rounder. You can see when I slide this in here, you've got these two little V's. I'm just going to slide that in there so it meets those two little V's. And then you press. But you don't press here at the front. That doesn't, you're not going to do that. You press at the back. And it clicks. Could you hear? Look. How cool is that? That is super cool. So I can now trim, score, make my little envelopes. So if you do want to make envelopes, because you do envelopes and boxes on here, but then the bits aren't falling on your desk. Oh no, thought of everything. You've got a little tray that catches all your waste. So it's not bits on your desk. You can then use that. And then finally in here, can you see that? You've got where all your measurements are for your envelopes and your boxes, and it even gives you the diagrams of where to cut when you've done your scoring, all your sizes and everything on this side. Flip it over and there your envelopes on that side. So even having your corner rounder, when you do your envelopes, you've got those really nice precise little rounded corners, which makes it super professional. Then when you've finished with everything, on here you've got this little lip. Okay, you've got this little lip here, and it can only go back in one way. And if you look on the end, you can see you've got a little tooth. Yeah? Am I putting it in the right way? Yeah? Slides in that way. Same with this. It will only fit back in one way in the middle. And everything's tucked away and ready for you to start crafting again. How cool is that? And it fits in lots of totes because you haven't got a great big 12 by 12 anything carrying around. It's just super brilliant. We all fall in love with it and we're all using it on our desks. Well, I've had this on my desk for a while now. So it's absolutely brilliant. So shop trim for that one. Space saving, time saving, brilliant trimmer.
There you go. Shop trim, $39.99. Amanda, do you want to come and join me, darling?
I can.
We've got a very special announcement to make.
Oh, have we?
Yes. We can't sing, I don't think, because it's still in copyright. Let's go on this side because it feels weird with you on that side. Can't get used to that. Well, I'll be looking here and you'll be there. Sharon Taylor.
Hello, Sharon.
She's living her 60th birthday today with her highlight family. So happy birthday, Sharon. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you get ruined and I hope you get lots of cake. In fact, what's your favourite cake, everybody? What's your favourite cake, Amanda?
You know what mine is? Black Forest Gatto.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Terry Kim says, morning, everyone. My trimmer has just been delivered. I'm opening the box right now.
Yay!
That's exciting, isn't it? Brand new trimmer. Love it when you get new tools. It's great, isn't it? Right. Let's have a look at the rest of this counter. So we've done the dies. So I'm just going to recap this for you.
Right, okay.
Shop bundle will get you all of these, plus your Minecraft Studio. Today, with a £44.95 saving, I know, for $49.99. Now you will still get your club discount, you'll still get your loyalty points, and if that basket, after everything's been taken off, comes to over £35, you'll get free shipping. If not, you might want to add something else from the counter onto it. So to get all of these dies, I'm just going to do this really quickly because I know we've been through it once, but we do have people joining us right throughout the hours. To get all of these and the artwork and the Minecraft Studio with the digi-stamps and the printed elements for the background, all of those shop bundle today, $49.99. They are available individually, but to be honest, the best saving. If I look at the dies by themselves, it's $76.95. So you might as well pay $49.99, save yourself some money and get Minecraft Studio. Really, realistically, mightn't you? And it's a lovely one. I think it's a really pretty, I mean, I would use that right the way through. I'd use that in 2 Red Robins, etc., etc. So lots of scope with that one. If you want the Minecraft Studio by itself, it is shop artwork. And if you want the SVGs by themselves, it's shop SVG. Right, now then, some stencils here. And these are fabulous. These are what we're calling your bookmark stencils because they're long and narrow, and these will give you some fabulous finishes. Now with your hot foil pen, these are amazing, but think about all the pastes and the spritzers and the shimmer sprays that David's bought you recently. These are going to be lovely for that. Or you could just run them through your Pro Cut with your embossing mat and emboss with them. I love these. These are the ones we used in Festival, weren't they?
They were. We did actually do these as a bookmark and use the foiling pen, and everybody just loved the project. It was just beautiful, beautiful. But then again, just only do a little bit. You don't have to do all of it. Just pick out those little elements if you wanted to, but they're going to work across the board with everything. And I actually really enjoy embossing with these, because if you're looking for that extra something, you've made a really clean and simple card and you just want a really nice simple border either across the bottom or down the side, but you haven't got any ribbon, run this through with your embossing and it gives you a band of ribbon instead.
Fab. Or another thing you could do is take a fine liner, because we had those drawing pens on yesterday where you got 10 black and 10 blue.
Yeah.
And then do your moodling.
Oh, a bit of moodling in there.
Moodling.
Beautiful.
Wouldn't it? Or moodle around the outside edge and keep that with your foil.
Oh, that looks nice. Oh, I've got, now I can see, I want to do that now, Mel.
I'd look. Not yet. Not yet.
Later, in a bit.
So shop bookmark, wow, it's going to get you all of these, all 4 of them, for $7.99.
Yeah, that's what it says. $7.90 for 4?
Yeah, £2 each. Before your club discount.
Okay. Okay. I need them.
You do need them. Right, those in your life. Shop bookmark. Shop celebration next gives us our 12 by 12 stencils. So let me open this out and then you can see exactly what you're getting. This again was another festival project. So if you haven't been able to make it to the festival, we're now bringing you things that we use so you can do the projects, which is super cool. Right, so in this one, you're going to get your different stencils in here. These are 12 by 12. So that gives you your moon or your sun or your background or whatever you want it to be. And then this one, you stencil over the top.
You do?
Correct?
Yeah.
So you're getting both that way, like that.
Yes.
Like that. And that lines up to this line here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
Perfect. So the edge there lines up to this edge that starts to go like that. There's a straight bit there where that lines up to, like that. In fact, if you put them corner to corner, you'll get it bang on. I would, this is what I did when we were teaching it in Academy, put a little black cross there with a permanent pen, and same on that one, so that you know that those always line up in that bottom right corner so you don't get stuck. But this looks amazing. We did it on the back of a kimono, a satin kimono, didn't we, for festival? But on the front of an album, something like that. If you've been anywhere where this relates to, this is going to be fabulous on the front of a scrapbook page as well, or an album. They're going to look great. So shop celebration, you've got a £5 saving on this today, down to $14.99. I know.
12 by 12 stencils?
Yeah. Now, if you've got the airbrush, and if you haven't, it's coming up next, do your sunsets and your skies with your airbrush, and then use your black paint or your ink over the top, or your blossom, whichever you prefer. The airbrushing it, you'll get that seamless finish. It's brilliant.
Beautiful.
Right, shop fan next. Now, Becky said B needs these because she loves a fan, but she's always baking them. Well, you get 4. Good, aren't they, these?
Actually,
They're actually a really good fan.
Yeah,
I know.
I was just going to say, they create a lot of wind. There is a lot of breeze coming from that. I'm just saying. Yeah, I was just going to, that's why I said it first. They do actually, there's quite a lot going. Brilliant. They're
Good,
really
aren't they?
good. So how do they? Oh, okay. I like that. So you haven't got to hold it closed yourself. It's got the little lock on it, which is brilliant. Then you open it up, close it down. Oh, and then it locks closed.
But look what else it's got. Open that up.
Open that
A little
up.
hole there for your tassel to go through.
Oh, that's super cute.
All sorted, right? Annette says, order my trimmer on Monday. Can't wait to receive it. If it's from Highlight, I know I'm going to love it. Absolutely, Annette. Favourite cake for Gwen? It's carrot cake. I do like
nice
a piece
shout.
of carrot cake. For Elizabeth, it's lemon drizzle or apple Dorset cake.
Oh, what's
Sounds
that?
nice. I don't know, but it sounds delicious. She says it's difficult to choose. Well, you know what you have to do, don't you? Have a slice of each.
Yeah, just have it all.
If you want to join in with our wheel, have you changed the wheel to? Is it Eastern? Eastern is your code. And Terry Kim says coffee and walnut cake.
That was my dad's favourite. Whenever we used to go to Chatsworth Farm Shop, that was the one that we had to bring back. Coffee and walnut. Yeah, every time without fail.
Cake now.
Cake
we
now.
We need to get a cake for Sophie's birthday because it was Sophie's birthday on Friday.
It's Sean's birthday today.
I know, but he's not in.
I know.
Can't
When he
eat
comes
cake
back.
virtually, can I?
No.
The what?
And Shirley.
And Shirley's retirement. I think we need to get cake.
We need to get cake.
When I go out, I'll get cake. Right, so back in the room. Shop Fan is going to get you 4 of those for $9.99. And you can decorate these with your rice papers. So if you've got the rice papers or you've got something that works with this, you can absolutely decorate that. Put your glue on the back of the rice paper and then it'll just go into all the little pleats. It's brilliant. Right, Shop Fan, $9.99 will get you 4. Now, vellum jackets, these are a bit funky, aren't they?
Aren't they?
Yes.
Now, I went, what? So I saw these on the poll, which is the list of items, and I went trotting off into the warehouse, and I went up to Sam and I said, Sam, what are these? She went, oh, come and look, let me show you. So she showed me, these are proper posh. Proper posh. So if you've got an envelope, you could then put to and from on here, close it around the envelope, and then put your wax seal on there. Wow. And then, oh no, just a minute, I'm getting all excited. So you put your wax on the, and then you press your coin into it. Mm-hmm. How cool's that? These are a bit, you need these.
But you can also use them around a card front.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
you could do that.
If you've got your embossing starter kit from Brother, you could emboss onto the front 2 panels so it looks like a gatefold, and then when you open it up, you've got that. Or you can do it the other way around, so you've got your emboss on the front, and then it wraps around the other way around.
Paper pierce it.
I know, Amanda. I know.
Put that down before I get really giddy.
Karen, carrot cake. Jackie, coconut cake. Oh, the one with a bit of jam on the top. Parkin, I have to say, I love a piece of parkin. Victoria sandwich and cheesecake, says Lisa Armitage. Black Forest, if eating out, but to make lemon drizzle, says Karen. All this talk of cake is making me hungry, says Highlight Crafts. I know. And it's
Is
only
that Hannah?
10:30 in the morning.
That's Hannah. I know, only 10:30. It's got to be gluten-free with no dairy or anything in it for our Hannah, though. Just saying.
Depends what day it is. Depends what rule book she's reading from when she wakes up in the morning. Hannah, yes?
If it's any
Hannah.
day that ends in a Y, Hannah will eat it, so it's fine.
So if you want 10 of those, Shop Vellum, $12.99.
They are beautiful.
Now then, your coins. These are super cool. You're going to get 20 of these. Is that right, Amber? Oh, with the tassels as well. So you're going to get 20 of these, your coins. I love these. And they are metal. And you could colour them with your alcohol markers if you wanted to, or your alcohol inks, which we've also got coming up in the next hour. Listen. Lucky coins. Then you're going to get 10, and these are beautifully made. Can I just say that? The thread that's used in these is absolutely delightful. Mm-hmm. Look at it. It's properly woven. There's not a lot of fraying at the bottom, although you can fray it out if you want to. But the way that it's tied off here is super, super, super precious. I mean, it's just done properly. Mm-hmm. Love that. And then you've got the little string that comes through. So you're going to get 10 of your black and 10 of your gold and your 20 coins. Shop coin, $12.99. That's a cracking price as well. Look at that. And they'll just feed through that little hole on your fan. So if you want something, if you're like me and you're having personal summers all the time, a fan is a really good idea, right? A really good idea. Because I cannot stop it. Once it starts, you can't stop it, can you? It just has to come and go. So Shop Coin is going to get you 10 black, 10 gold and 20 of your coins. Now then, we've got a set of stamps. I love these.
Aren't they cute?
They're really, really pretty. They're lovely. They'd also be really nice on your shrink plastic, because then you could make your own embellishments for your Eastern elements with it as well.
And if you did your shrink plastic, it would actually make a really nice pendant.
It would. Yeah, absolutely it would. They're a really nice quality stamp. You're getting the 4 different designs. If you like colouring but you want to really try and hone in your skills with smaller areas, these are going to be brilliant for that. But I just love the detail in them. I'd use something like a Versavine Claire, something like that. Pick up all that really fine detail that you've got in those 4 stamps, which is great. So you've got your lilies, orchids, whichever you prefer, your cherry blossom, you've got your eucalyptus and your bamboo in there, and then you've got that beautiful big bold peony. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely lovely. Shop Bloom, $12.99. Now we do have, do you know, I said to David the other week, do I need to keep this or can I bin it, because it had got a bit damaged being taken apart and put back together. He's like, no, it's fine, get rid of it. Now it's on the show. This makes a three-dimensional lantern like this. I'm presuming there was stuff done for it, Becky.
Was what, sorry?
Did we do instructions for it?
Yes.
Yes, question mark.
I want to say yes.
Yes. So Shop Lantern is going to get you the SVG file to be able to make that. Yeah, there'll be a photo of it. Yeah, Shop Lantern, £7.50. That's a cracker, isn't it?
It is.
Right.
And also,
I'm going to go over here and get ready while you do that.
Also, when you look at this, if you just look at the shapes that Mel's got on here, there are just. Would you like to borrow that, Mel?
Too hot.
They are just shapes, aren't they? That's all. They're just shapes. Make these bigger, obviously, when you've got your scan and cut. So you can bring it on at the size that it's on, but you can make a smaller lantern or make a bigger lantern. It's entirely up to you because they're SVG files. You can do what you want with them, which is amazing. And as a download, so that's the digital form, okay? Anything what's the download comes to you when you actually check out your baskets. It will come to you through an email. So you'll get an email from us, open up that email, and in that email there is a link across it. Click on the link and it will download you your content of that file, okay? So it doesn't come through as a physical thing, it's an actual digital form.
Right, so
I'm going to move my cup out your way. Just sit and I'll have a sip of my drink now.
Okay. Right, I want to talk to you about the Pro Cut, if that's all right with you, because
yes, please.
we've got another deal on it actually for you, which is really cool. Now we don't have a lot of these left. I don't know where that's come from. Laminating pocket, no idea where that comes from. We don't have a massive amount of machines left, I have to say. So if you want this, you need to be getting it in your basket and checking it out. I need some scissors. Can I buy scissors?
Take the lid off.
Take the lid off. Oh yeah. So we wanted to bring you a different deal that we brought you last week, but we haven't got a lot left. So if you want it, you need to get it in your basket. So the Pro Cut, in my opinion, is the best machine that's out there for a few reasons. First of all, it doesn't take up much space on your work desk because it's got a really small profile at the base, but it's absolutely powerful. We had a lady yesterday message in and say that she decided she didn't need a new die cutting machine. Then she bought one and she's so glad she did because wow, 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 I think were the words she used. It's absolutely fabulous. Now then, what's the difference between this and a lot of other die cutting machines out there? Well, there's different ways that products developed in the industry. So either we start from scratch, like we did with Screen Sensation, get everything drawn up in drawings, send it off to be designed and made, get all the tooling made, and then that product belongs to us. Sometimes a factory will bring us a product. So when this arrived on Stephanie's desk, it's a few years ago now.
It is.
And she said to me, I don't want to put another die cutting machine out there unless there's a reason. I said, right, fair enough. She said, and the biggest thing that we need to sort out with die cutting machines is that they bend the plates. The plates go like that. Now, depending on which machine you've got, will depend how long it takes for your plates to get like that. But at some point, they'll end up like a banana. And that's always been the way. So they went away, came back and went, right, we've got a solution. It's a 5mm plate, so it's thicker. And it will not bend as long as you keep it on the top. So your sandwich is your 3mm plate, your magnetic sheet, your die, then your paper, and then your 5mm plate. It all comes with the instructions in the box. Now, normally this is £169, but we've dropped it down to £109, okay? But what we're also including is the club, because we're doing a die cutting club. Stephanie's going to do the first one. Me and Stephanie are going to do the second one. Amanda's going to get involved. David's going to get involved. So you're going to get the best of all of us. And it's not about, this is a £60 die collection, you need to buy this because we're going to use it in the club. This is about getting the dies that you've already got and getting more out of them, because there's nobody better to teach you about die cutting than Stephanie. When you think about all the leaps and bounds we made in the die cutting industry once Tattered Lace appeared, she can teach you all those hints, tips and tricks that you might have forgotten, or that you've never heard because you're new to crafting, or that were out years and years ago and you started crafting in the last few years. So it's a really, really good way to get involved. Now that club is worth $29.99. That will get you 3 months worth of classes, one class per month, pre-recorded, so it'll stay in your account so you can watch it back over and over and over and over again. And she might take something like, I don't know, a set of foundation dies and see how many different things you can do with a set of circles or ovals or whatever shape we decide to use. But whatever you learn, you can take and use with the dies that you own, which is fabulous. So in the box, you're going to get your machine and the correct electrics. This is UK only. You're then going to get 2 3mm plates. So a 3mm plate is your thinner ones. You use 2 of those for your 3D embossing folders. Tested them with John Lockwood's, tested them with Sarah from Funky Fossil. They both work with those 3mm plates. Now, depending on where you're buying from, some of them will fit, some of them might not. But with, as general, the 3D embossing folders we found go really well through this machine. So you're going to get your 2 3mm plates, your magnetic shim. You then also get a rubber mat, which you're going to use for your embossing. So we can emboss things like those stencils that we've got on. And you're also going to get a metal shim. And this means that you can cut things like fabric, felt, vinyl, all those different things, even mylar you can cut with this. If you wanted to make a stencil of an aperture, you could do that as well. But the 5mm plate is the game changer. I mean, you can see how many thousands and thousands and thousands of cuts that plate has had. I can put it on here and it doesn't matter where I press it, it doesn't rock because it's flat as a pancake. Still, we had so many people last week message us and said, you know what, I've still got my first plates and I bought the first ever Pro Cut that was out. That's testament to that. Another testament is I decided to buy one for home. Amanda bought one for home. David bought one for home. If you go in our creative department now, which unless you come to a festival or class, you'd never see what we were using. They're all Pro Cuts. If you come into the academy, we've got a room full of Pro Cuts because it never lets you down and it cuts beautifully. So let me show you exactly what I mean by that. So we'll start off with regular cardstock, etc. And I've just got, in fact we won't, we'll go with more difficult stuff to cut. I've got fabrics, I've got felt, I've got all sorts of different things just with basic dies. So
these are my plates off my desk, Mel.
I'm sure I bought a big pair of scissors in here. Are they yours?
Yes, these are mine off my desk that I use every single day.
Anyway, I had them somewhere, see. I am a bit more organised than I thought I was. Not a lot, but a bit. Right, so let's take a piece of cotton twill first of all. And let's put this on here. We're just going to use basic shapes. Now, the only dies that you can't put through it are the ones from Sizzix, the steel rule dies that you use to cut fabric. But you can cut fabric now with your thin metal dies, which is really quite remarkable, isn't it? So let's get an octagon on there with that fabric over the top. Let's get a piece of felt as well. Let's do a piece of felt while we're here. We might as well fill this plate. And this is the other thing, you can fill the plate. We actually sell a pack of poly bags, they're called. And I think you get 250 of them in a pack. And they act as a, can't find it, I had it earlier on, a replacement for your cut tidy. There you go, like this. So this is how we use them. So you can cut them in half, use half of it and then save the other half, but you're getting 250 of them. And I think it's $12.99, something ridiculous like that. So keep an eye out on the shows. And when you see those, grab them because they're really good. And then let's cut a piece of faux leather as well. And I have got a piece of real leather as well, but I think the faux will probably be harder to cut because it has that plastic fluffy backing. Right, so I'm going to pop that on there, that on there, that on there. Now I'm going to add in my metal shim. Okay, so I'm going to take the metal plate and I'm going to put it on here. Just make sure I put all my dies the right way up. Otherwise, I'm making a fridge magnet. And then I have to go, Happy Christmas, because that'll end up on the bloopers. I think David's going to win the bloopers this year with the eggs and balls.
Or his candle.
Or his candle, well, all together.
Or offering £20 to everyone.
I've not heard that one. What's that one?
Go on, tell her.
It said that in a pack, I think it was in a pack of some, I can't remember what it was, but in a pack of something that had 20 in, instead of saying 20 pieces, he said you'll get £20 in one of these.
Is that like finding a golden egg? That's brilliant. Amazing.
Now, I'd overlap that fabric slightly. It's cut through the faux leather and the felt. Look at this, thin metal dies. Right, I'm going to talk to you about the numbers. So this is how I work out deals in my head, okay? This is how my brain works.
Craft
craft maths. So £169 is the normal price recommended for the Pro Cut. We've knocked £60 off, so you're getting it at 109. Then we have different tiers in our club. So if you're in the first tier, you get to the first tier, you get 5% discount. You spend X amount, you go up to the next tier. Spend X amount, you go up to the next tier. So in the lowest tier, your 5% discount is going to bring it down to 103.55 for an A4 automatic electric die cutting machine with all the plates that you need and that plate that you won't have to keep replacing, which is super exciting. Points wise, in that tier, you'll get £5.18 put back onto your account. I know, in a couple of weeks' time. Then you're also getting the club, which is worth $29.99. So the actual price, take all that off, take off your club, the cost of your club, $68.38 for your machine. Now, we've got a few of these left. There's nowhere near 100 left. So if you're considering getting yourself a new die cutting machine, then this machine will absolutely do everything that you want it to do. It's brilliant. Honestly, I cannot recommend this highly enough, even down to things like 1mm grey board. I mean, that's really tough to cut through because it's dense and there's a lot of layers to it. If I put that metal plate in, and normally this would be an addition with a lot of other die cutting machines. Oh yeah, we do a metal plate, you buy it separately. With the Pro Cut, we just put it in. It also has, so you'll hear it change. Can you hear the motor change? Wait till it's gone through and then you'll hear it change again there. You can pause it and you can reverse it. Now, I don't need to do that with the grey board. It will cut it in one go. But think about all those thin metal dies that you've got that you can now use your felt with, your fabric with, all of that, which is super, super cool. So we've got that. Do you want to pass me one of those stencils as well, Amanda? Please?
I will. Any.
Don't mind. Look at
you
that.
are, darling.
Now that is 1mm grey board. You can see, look at the thickness of it. And it's cut it with a thin metal die. The cutting edge on that die isn't deep enough to be able to do that. It's that metal shim that makes the difference. Vinyl you can cut on here. Have we got a question, Amanda?
We have.
Lovely.
So, could you please show how to emboss?
Funny that,
A
yeah.
stencil. Did you see that through? Did you go do 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 and you knew it was there?
No. Is the answer to that. No, there was no
Thank you for that, Tracy.
Thanks, Tracy. Right, let me grab a piece of this card. Thank you.
So, what layers would you also use for the holographic sticker sheets, please? Your metal shim.
I'm going to do that in a minute. Right, so the way that this works is you're going to put your stencil face down, your card on top, and then your rubber mat on top of that. I don't need to take my magnetic shim out, do I?
No.
There we go. See, I ask Amanda because she uses a die cutting machine a lot more than I do. Right, let's go in here.
And do you know if it doesn't like
Right,
it?
can you see how it doesn't like that? Now, there's a
spits it
couple of
out.
reasons for that. First of all, I've put it right at the top of the plate. That's a test to see how good this is. I would also wet the card very slightly, and I mean slightly. Don't drown it and leave it for that water, that moisture to soak in. But because I put it right at the top, it hits it and it's got that matting. So if you ever get that, just stagger your plate slightly. The other thing I would say is don't tape your stencil down, or if you're going to, just tape it on the sides. Because if you tape it all the way around, this mat wants to move. That's the way that it will work. It'll move and you don't want that to crease your card then. Whereas doing it like this, look, you've got that lovely emboss in there. Let's just get rid of that lot. Let's get rid of that. Pass your trim, my love.
You've got it somewhere. Is it on the trolley?
Oh, yeah. Put away.
I've got a couple of testimonials. Can I just quickly read these out, Mel?
Absolutely.
So, Annette, thank you, Annette. I received this machine on Friday. I messaged you saying how happy I am with it. I feel I have to message again. It is so easy and light to use. I'm finding I am die cutting a lot quicker than I did with my previous one. It's a real pleasure to use. And die cuts like a dream. It's got a lock on it. Just pull it.
Lock?
Just pull it that way. And then drop it down.
Oh, you see. See, now I'd have sent that back.
I am finding I am.
I'd have gone, the arm's stiff. I need to send it back. Remember, you pull it out, press down and cut. So if that happens like that, you'll hear it click in. Just pull it over to the right slightly and it'll click out. That now makes sense, doesn't it? See, we need to tell you everything about it, which is good. I like that. I like the fact that we've learned something. I've learned something. So when you get it up to the top, so you can't pull it down, that's a safety feature. And then when you pull it out slightly and drop it, listen, you'll hear it. There. That's your click. So if you hear that, it means it's locked that blade. So little fingers come along, they can't damage themselves with it, which is brilliant. I love that. That's a really good feature. Right, sorry, Amanda, go on, carry on. That's your embossing.
She's die cutting with the previous cutting machine. It's a real pleasure to use, and die cuts are like a dream. I can't say enough good things about it. Anyone wondering, I would say buy it. It is worth every penny.
Absolutely.
And then she says, I haven't yet made a fridge magnet.
Oh, well done.
But do we sell the magnetic shims if I do?
Yes, we do.
Absolutely do.
Yes, you get a pack of two as well. Also, those magnetic shims you can use on your Pro Cut, because you'll find that you will need to replace your magnetic shim, not every month, but every now and again, you'll need to replace it. Right, holographic. So I happen to have some of this, but I also have the stickers. So if I do vinyl, that's the same thing, isn't it? In fact, vinyl's probably a little bit thicker.
Got
so
another one.
This. Yep.
Okay. Our lovely, good morning, Chris.
Morning, Chris.
We're asking, are the dies Mel using on the show to purchase?
Please.
If you have a look on our Highlight Crafts website, there are shapes and foundations and fundamentals and things like that on there for you to have. So have a little look on our website.
If you go to our website and look under the Craftmaster brand, that's where they'll be. So if you trawl in the whole thing. Right, metal shim on top, because basically vellum is plastic, okay? And we have to, when you're cutting something like plastic, because you can't tear it, because it doesn't have fibres, we need it to work like a pair of scissors. So where you've got your blades and they go like that, that's metal on metal. That's the best way of cutting. So what we do is we put a metal shim in there. Now I'm using quite a simple die. You can use more complicated dies than this, absolutely. And then you just run it through. So this will be exactly the same way as you will do it with your holographic. Okay, this will just cut through that, which is fabulous. And if you ever hear that cracking noise like that, don't panic. That's a good sound. That means that your machine is working, absolutely working. And that's the metal coming through and cutting into that plastic.
So now we've got another one, Mel. Our lovely Karen, thank you. All these testimonies that you testimonials that you're sending in is brilliant.
Right. And then we just peel the back.
So Karen says, when she bought her other machines, she actually had to buy the embossing mat and the metal shim separately.
That's what I said at the beginning, isn't it?
So when she bought the machine, it's now relegated to the loft. Now she owns a Pro Cut.
Quite right too. It's brilliant. But I mean, keep replacing plates is a pain in the neck, isn't it? Let's be honest. Because every so often, we all have a budget for craft. And we all try really hard and probably fail to stick to that budget. But what you don't want to have to do is use part of that budget to buy new plates, because that's the boring bit, right? And it's not about having the most pressure. It's about having just the right amount of pressure, which is really important. So if I show you this with this really detailed die, and we'll put it through with a piece of card. Can you just pass me a piece of whatever, don't mind, whatever colour, anything, that'll do.
Anything.
And I'm going to put the outside edge die on here as well, so I'm doing that. Now normally I would tape it down, but needs must. And then I'm going to put this in here. Now I am going to take that shim and put this in, because this is a very, very detailed die, so I'm going to place that over the top. And then this is the most important thing, your 5mm plate has to go on top. If it doesn't, you'll end up bending your 3mm plates, and we don't want that. The whole point of getting this machine is the fact that those 5mm plates don't bend. And that's Amanda's. Have you changed your plates?
Nope.
Never ever?
Nope.
So tens of thousands of cuts on there.
Daily. I use it every single day.
You do. Right, look at this. Look at that. Isn't that just phenomenal? Look, all of these little pieces are just going to pop out. Go on, go. And if they don't, just put it through again. But look how easily these are just dropping out now. This is brilliant. I love this machine. It never lets you down. It just does the job that you need it to do. In fact, if I just flick that, you'll see these starting to just drop out. And that's a really detailed die. Look at that. And the other thing that we've done here is we've put the outside edge around it. If you cut this first and then go back in with your outside edge, it'll flatten the detail. So being able to do both at once is just fabulous. And look, they're just literally dropping out. It's a fabulous machine. I cannot recommend this enough. I don't say that with every product that we bring you, but there are certain products where you need it. And this is one of them. If you're frustrated, keep buying all those plates again and again and again and again, and you're sick and tired of wasting your money on stuff that you shouldn't have to replace, then this machine is absolutely for you. Right, spin the wheel, Amanda. Let's choose a winner. Coming up next, we've got David with the airbrush. I'm going to join him as well for part of the show. And then we've got Scan and Cut back at 12. Right, spin the wheel, Amanda. Karen Halbert.
What we got, Becky?
6.
Goodie bag.
It is.
I
Goodie
know.
bag.
Goodie bag.
Well done. Send an email, Karen, say thank you very much. Put it into help at Highlight Crafts and put on there that it was our show and it's a goodie bag, and we'll get one organised for you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure having your company. We'll see you all very soon. Bye.